Hey guys, so I haven't been vlogging in a while, and it's mostly because I've been busy, but also yeah, midterms are this week. Well, my midterm is this week. I haven't had any others, so that's gonna be fun. For lighting. Um, yeah, I had a really bad headache Thursday that lasted all Friday, and there we go, all Friday, and yeah, it still's a little bit there, even though it's Saturday evening. But actually, I just had a great, 6 hours, with my boyfriend. It was enjoyable. Except for now, I'm not really sure what he got munchkins, and I'm not really sure what to do with all of those. Ugh. There's a lot of them. I don't know how I'm gonna eat them all. Oh well, I told him he could leave me a few, but then he left me the whole box. It's like, okay. Okay. Anyway, so it was fun. I actually have been doing a lot of work lately because I'm now working in Scene Shop, and yeah. I haven't seen my boyfriend in over a month before yesterday. It's midnight, so whatever. Saturday. My hair hates me. Oh, my hair really hates me today. So yeah, most people are gone this weekend, but I'm here because I don't think I go home until about another 3 weekends till I go home. It's not like I'm far. It's just that I don't really want to go home. I don't really have a purpose to go home. So all that fun stuff. What else was I thinking? I'm tired. It's let me sleep. No. I want to sleep. What else was I thinking? I wasn't really thinking. Ooh, I went on the horror stories tour last night at my college, because my college has got so many horror stories or haunting stories throughout just one building that it's ridiculous. We only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 buildings. 6 if you count the parking garage. There's really only 5 buildings. I guess there's 6 if you count the library. Yeah. But there's only really 5 buildings. And so they took us through 2 buildings. And they told us maybe 20 ghost stories from that. And I actually learned a few new ones, which I had known quite a few. They started with, we started in the Great Hall, as I prefer calling it, because it looks almost exactly like the Great Hall in Hogwarts, which a lot of the students say that it was one of Christopher Columbus, the same director for the first Harry Potter film. I forget who. I think that was Christopher Columbus. I'm not sure. Is that or Jim Dale? No. But anyway, his inspiration for what Hogwarts looked like was this college in their Great Hall. I'm sorry, this thinking is really hard right now. My eyes are still not used to the light, so. But the Great Hall was based, he based the Great Hall of Hogwarts structurally off of what ours looked like, because one of his friends went here for college. Something like that. I didn't really understand it. But on the wall they have these faces these shaved off faces, so they don't have the features anymore. They still have the outline of the face, or where it used to be. And they started off with that, and how the faces would follow people and stare at them and make rude facial expressions at them. And then they continued with this portrait that literally is like through the doors and just over, and it has a picture of Mary, whose eyes were originally blue apparently, but someone got killed right outside there, right in that little nook, because it's a little nook that they changed into like a little sitting room. But apparently someone got murdered there, and the portrait saw the whole thing, and since then the eyes have been red, and they've tried painting it over and such, but it never works. And apparently you can also, they didn't mention this in the tour, but apparently you can also see her cry, like tears of blood, occasionally, but I haven't seen it. I've only heard about it. And then right next to it, which I also didn't mention in the tour, is this clock hanging on the wall. It doesn't have, it runs. Like, you can set it at any time you want, it'll run, but it'll always stop at, I think it's 9:37. But it will always stop there, and it won't do anything else. It will just stay there until you reset it to anything other than that. Then it'll run right back to that time. And we were mentioning, because we were talking about it after the tour, and I mentioned this, and they said, oh my gosh, what if the person who was murdered got murdered at that time, and that's why the clock only runs till that time? And then the faces would, like, be murderers' faces, saying, like, you murdered, like, they want revenge, kind of, I guess. It was interesting. But then we went through the underground, and we got told a story about how we used to have a pool, but they covered it up for some reason. I forget why. What the official story is of why they covered it up. But the unofficial story, which is what is more likely true, is that there were these people having like a party down there. I don't know why. And and this one person fell into the water and drowned. And so they closed up the pool because of that. But all these stories, like, half of them ended up with, on the security guard never went there again. Like, on the 4th floor of the Fine Arts building, there's mostly just practice rooms, and there's no phones anywhere else, but there used to be, there's one phone jack, but there's no phone attached, and this one security guard heard, the telephone ring, and there's no phone there, but he came up to that phone jack and heard the telephone ring from there. Also on that floor, there used to be one nun that lived here, and then when she died, in remembrance of her, they put her chair outside this one window, and apparently at one point it was removed, and so she haunts that floor, and she will stand outside that window. Also on that floor, which they didn't mention on this tour, but apparently one of the practice rooms, you can hear them playing piano behind the door. And one of my friends actually experienced this, where she was in one of the practice rooms. There's only 2 with a piano. But then this other person left through the doors, and she saw her leave. And then like 5 minutes later, the piano started playing. No one entered, nothing like that. So it was kind of cool. But also on that is apparently people have been hearing slamming doors. And these doors are so heavy that they close very quietly. Like, you wouldn't be able to hear it unless, of course, you were actually listening for it. But it still wouldn't be a slamming sound. It would just be like a quiet, like, click. And so, like, there were slamming sounds in there. And so there's so many of them. And apparently, some of the school was built over a farm where where there was this fire. These 2 young kids were trapped in there, and this guy went in to save them, and none of them came out. So it's got a lot of like sadness to it, but it's also really cool and interesting, because it's like, I don't need to go to like a haunted house I just need to be in my own school. Like, it's haunted enough. And then they didn't cover any of the dorm buildings because there's 3 different dorms. Well, there's 4, but they're kind of connected. They're all connected. And so one of the dorm floors, a nun died in one of the, well, she's committed suicide and hung herself on one of the floors. And the official story behind that is that there never was a room there to begin with, or there never should have been, but it's closed off. And the funny thing is that the 3rd and 4th floor are almost identical, except for there's no room on the 4th floor where that room is in the 3rd. But before that happened, there's actually, I have 2 friends who one of their teachers, I don't remember what subject, but one of their teachers used to go here, and one of the teachers used to go here, and she apparently got given that room because there was no other rooms left. So she was given the haunted room where someone died in there. And she wasn't really told to the very end of the year, but the next year, because of that, she was given this huge spacious room to basically make up for that, for putting her in a haunted room. But I think after that, then they closed it up. But supposedly it's closed off and closed up, and it doesn't exist on the 4th floor, so it's kind of neat. Anyway, I should let you guys go so I can get some sleep and possibly eat like 4,000 donut holes. But I will see you all later. I hope to make another vlog. I know I was supposed to be making them like every other day, and then I don't know what happened. I think I got overwhelmed with homework and all that stuff. So yay! I'm gonna go sleep now. So I will see you guys later. Bye!